everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mommy Momo here. What's up? Oh, what it do, boo? So today I'm bringing you all of these cute like cheerleader 90s vibes. So in today's video, I'm just basically showing you how I do a natural kind of no makeup look for beginners. I am trying to be as detailed as possible in this video because it is really actually so simple. A caveman could do it. But yeah, so this is just like my everyday go-to look. And don't forget to like, don't forget to dislike if you're a hater. We don't care, we don't mind. And don't forget to sub and hit that bell button so that you are notified every time that I post a new video for you. And like always, I will see you guys next time.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So to start off for priming, I'm going to go in with the No Pore-Blem primer by Touch in Soul. I love this primer. Now, to me, it is a great primer for a natural day because it does hide those pores and it also gives you moisture. And that's just how that looks up close. I do have a blemish here, don't judge me. But it just, you see how like it makes it look a little dewy, just and fresh. Then I'm also just gonna take the facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water by Badescu. This is definitely one of my favorite sprays. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some moisture to my face. Hold on, I forgot my hair tie. Okay, my bad, y'all. I had to go put my bow in. I love these for my ponytails. So today I'm just going to go in with one of my favorite. This is the Infalible up to 24-hour Fresh Wear L'Oreal foundation. I have mine in the shade 460. This is what the bottle looks like. I have used this quite a few times. I love the pump that it comes with. So I'm just going to take my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. It is already dampened. This is a $5 sponge, and even some of the bigger makeup gurus love this sponge because it is just absolutely amazing. A key thing to do when applying foundation as a beginner, you have to drag the foundation down to your neck and you have to hit those ears. If you do not, it will look really weird when you turn to the side and your face is just like, you know, this shade, and then your neck is like, there's no gradient effect. And a good hack for like if you have your hair already done and you get foundation on your hair, I like to spray a sponge that I don't have foundation on, and I like to spray it and just dab it on my hair. That way it gets rid of that. Alright, and that's what that is looking like. So for concealer to do my brighter contour, I'm just going to go in with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. I have mine in the shade Light 50W. This is what it looks like. This is just an amazing concealer if you want more of a natural kind of look. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and add that under my eye. If you're not really into a light under eye, you can just simply do a smaller amount of concealer and then use your sponge or your brush to drag it down so that you don't have like such a glamorous brighter under eye, if that makes sense. I just love the glamorous bright under eye. I'm in love with it. So then you also want to go ahead and create a lighter forehead, because the reason why you do the lighter shade right here, personally, is what I think it's for, is because when somebody looks at you, this is what they see. This, like the points that they see, forehead, eyes, chin, nose, but really the forehead and the eyes is just kind of like when you're talking to somebody, that's what you see. You see their forehead and their eyes. So I like to just take my concealer applicator and I just drag a small little white line down my nose to also create a highlighted look on my nose, as well as my cupid's bow and right here on my chin. And then I also like to do it a little bit over my eyebrow so that it just looks more natural and blended. So then I let that sit because I want it to settle in. Now we're gonna jump into our darker contour. My favorite product to use to contour right now has been the Fenty Cream Bronzer. I have mine in the shade 03 Macchiato. If you are curious, it is just so easy to work with, and I think it's like very beautiful for those more natural kind of days, and it doesn't apply like all muddy, so you can definitely be like a little generous with it and still not worry about looking like a mud pie. I like to contour that forehead, bring it in, snatch those cheeks, bring those cheeks up, and then I like to slim my nose down, so that's why I contour the sides of my nose. So I'm just gonna take this It Cosmetics 704 brush. I love this brush for contouring, so I'm just gonna boop, 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 boop a couple times. If you're like me and just have like, I have a natural dark line right here. I mean, you probably can't see it on camera, but I can definitely see it in person. I just have a natural dark line where, like, I guess my cheekbone just kind of like, I don't know, slants in or something, I don't know. But I can see mine naturally, so if you have that, that's awesome too. Follow that line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I can see my line. I like to start at the hairline. I just like to stamp the bronzer in, or the cream product, whatever. I like to stop right where that begins, because you don't want to contour all the way to the lip. It just kind of looks crazy. So I just kind of keep it back here, and I take it upwards and just mesh it in with that hairline. And then what I like to do, as you can see, like it creates that brown kind of area right there. I just like to drag it upwards, stamp the brown in along my hairline. We're just kind of stippling it into the skin. See how I'm just dragging it down and just kind of stopping. You can always blend it lower if you want to, but if you cream contour right there, you can't bring it back up. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm still learning too, so there's been plenty of times where I've accidentally taken my contour down way too far. I have plenty of videos on my channel right now that are like that, which I don't take down because I'm human. I make mistakes too. So I'm gonna take this e.l.f. sculpting concealer brush. I'm gonna dab back into that cream contour. Now, I use this brush to sculpt my nose out. So what I'm gonna do is, the more you bring the brown in towards the cream color, the more snatched your nose will be. So I like to take mine all the way close, like that. See? So now that I have let the lighter concealer sit, I'm gonna take this e.l.f. concealer sponge. I love this sponge, and I'm just gonna basically blend this in. Now, I think this is so perfect for under the eye because it has that tip, so I can just dab my concealer in right there. Drag it down. And then I also take it and I just kind of swipe across my nose like that, just to give me a line as to where I want my darker contour to kind of stop. Look at how beautiful this concealer is, like, and also hit around that nose. Now for the forehead, what I like to do is I just like to kind of dab and drag out, dab, drag out, dab, drag out. See that it just kind of gives me that beautiful brighter forehead eye kind of like duo. So then I like to take my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. Is that? No, the e.l.f. Yeah, the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. And I just like to kind of take the concealer and just blend it above the brow and drag it out with the brush. Then it's in between my brows as well. So I'm just going to kind of blend that like this, gently up and down motions. And then I'm going to tap really gently because you don't want to mess that brow up. And I'm going to tap and drag it to the right and then drag it to the other brow. And this also helps me create like that ombre brow kind of look, so it doesn't look so harsh. Before I blend this out, I like to do my darker contour. So I'm just gonna take my favorite brush to sculpt my nose, the e.l.f. Sculpting Face Brush. It has like that beautiful indentation right there, which makes it super easy for really getting in that nose and sculpting it out. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it in. So again, I'm just gonna take the sponge and I'm just gonna dab the concealer in. Not spreading it, not moving anywhere, just up and down. Up and down. My holy grail tool to use to blend in that darker contour is my e.l.f. buffing foundation brush. It is just like so amazing. I feel like it's the perfect amount of just like stiffness to just kind of really get in there and blend it out. So when I'm blending, when you blend, you want to blend upwards. So this is upwards. Don't blend this way because you're dragging it down. You want to push those cheeks up. And then you want to make sure you also hit that hairline. Don't forget about the hairline. I'm going to also just do a little bit on my nose. So to set my light contour shades, I'm going to go in with the Alamar Cosmetics Brighten and Bronze Complexion Trio. I have mine in the shade Fair Light. I just ordered the medium tan one, so I cannot wait to use that one. So I'm just going to take this pretty light shade right here, which is a brightener. I'm going to take my Real Techniques 421 brush. I'm just going to dab in that. And I'm just going to basically set that under eye concealer. This palette is so perfect for beginners because you get a bronzer, a deepener, and a brightener shade. And it's very inexpensive, which is, you know, perfect. So I just kind of pack that into my skin just to kind of smooth out that concealer. You see how good that looks opposed to that? This and my Sephora powder are like my current faves. So to set my darker contour shade, I'm going to go in with the Beauty Bakerie Neapolitan bar. I'm going to gently dabble into that pretty cocoa shade. And I'm just going to pretty much circular motion up, put it where my darker contour is. See how it just adds the brown? And I'm just kind of stippling it into the skin because I'm not going to use this brush to blend. The angled brush just helps me, I don't know, like I guess place it better, you could say. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. buffing foundation brush again. And I'm just going to blend upwards with this one now. See? So next we're going to just jump into lashes. So to prep my lashes, I'm going to go in with the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. So next I'm going to go in with the Ardell Whispies. These are just like my favorite natural day kind of lashes. They are so gorgeous, very wispy, not too dramatic. I'm going to just apply the glue. And while the glue dries, we're going to bake. So while the lash glue dries, I'm going to go in with my favorite baking powder. This is the Beauty Bakerie flour powder. I have mine in the shade Oat. This powder is just amazing. It looks good in pictures. It looks good on natural days. It looks good on glam days. It looks good all the time. I am in love with this powder. So I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. sponge and I'm just gonna put some inside of my lid, and I'm just gonna dab into it, and I'm just going to take it, put it under my eye, of course. I'm also going to carve that nose contour while I'm at it. So I'm just gonna place it right here, drag it down. A good marker for me is my eye. I just kind of set my sponge right there and I just kind of drag down. For me, that's a really good setting point. So then you want to also just drag a little bit down the middle of your nose. Just kind of set that light concealer again. So what I'm going to do is I'm just, again, going to take the same sponge, and I'm just going to take it right by the hairline again. Making that face. You should get a perfect line. Again, if you don't, it's okay to just like go back and just kind of fix it. I really don't worry about how the top looks. It's just the bottom cut for me. Okay, so I got a whole glue situation going on right now, so don't judge me. But while we wait for everything to kind of dry, we're gonna dust off the powder under contour first. Now I'm just taking this P. Louise 662 brush. We're gonna leave the under eye just a little bit longer. Gorgeous. So now I'm just gonna take the powder brush and dust under my eye. So what I like to do is I like to set that powder in, just kind of melt it into my skin. So to me, this is a key step, especially like if you are a beginner, you don't want to walk around with powder face. So I either will take, I can take the Mario Badescu spray like we used earlier, but I personally just want to use this one. This is my favorite setting, my favorite, it could be a setting spray, but this is my favorite spray to use to do my powder because it just, I don't know, it feel like it works better. This is the Coconut Photo Focus 3-in-1 Primer Water by Wet n Wild. So what I do is I hold it a little bit further back so my lashes don't get drenched, and I just kind of do those up and down spray motion. So then I'm gonna take my same sponge from earlier, my e.l.f. Total Face sponge, and I'm just gonna gently dab, just kind of think about it like you're just kind of setting that powder in, just melting it into your skin. So you're just kind of melting it into your skin. So I wiped the foundation off my lips. That's why they look all pretty and pink now. Now we're just gonna do one of my favorite steps, which would be the blush. Now for more natural days, I like to go for like browns and like really like mauve-y kind of colors. So today I'm going to mix two of my favorite blushes. So here I have the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Blush, and this one is in the shade Too Cool for School. Then I'm also going to mix my favorite Burt's Bees blush. This one is in the shade Toasted Cinnamon. I'm just gonna take the Profusion Cosmetics PD8 brush, just looks like this, and I'm just going to dab into this one first, and then I'm also just gonna take my brush and gently dab on both sides into that Super Shock blush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this brush, I'm gonna smile, and I'm just gonna dab it on the apple of the cheek. So you definitely can leave it there, or you can do how I do, and I just kind of drag it a little bit over the top of that bronzer. And then of course I'm gonna hit that nose up with a little bit of blush. The next very, very important crucial step that you really need is a brow mascara or a brow gel, something to just kind of set those brows and lock them in place. So I like to use the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. I have mine in the shade Black. Another great tip, you can also like maybe set them with setting powder, or one of my favorite hacks to do now is when I really want my brows to stay locked in place, I like to add brow wax, and I do my brows, I set them with the brow mascara, and then I just go over with a brow wax. It works perfectly fine, and my brows last for a very long time. Also, when using this, you want to start with the back of the brow first because it is darker than the front. You don't want to just go in with the front, then you'll have a whole dark strip. So I just use this e.l.f. wax pencil from e.l.f. And what I do is I just gently, kind of very gently, just apply the product to my brows, and I can just notice my brows getting flatter as I do it. So for highlight today, I am going to go in with the Wet n Wild Hello Halo. It's a blush lighter, and so it comes with a highlighter and a blush. This is the highlight, this is the blush. I think they both could be used for a highlighter in my opinion. I really haven't used the blush that much, so I really don't know what it performs like. So this one is in the shade After Sex Glow. I feel so bad for saying that on YouTube. I feel like and just committed a sin. So I'm just gonna basically go in with the highlighter. So today I'm gonna go in with the flat setting powder brush, the PD5 brush. I like this one for highlighting on my more natural days because it just gives me like a subtle glow. So for my brow bone, I just like to take a circle domed brush like this, and this is the E10 brush from Colourpop. I like to use the Alamar Cosmetics brightener palette, and I like to go in with usually like these two shades. So I'll mix these two on my brush. I'll just kind of do one of those. I'll tap off the excess, and then here's key. So I like to take the fluffy brush, and I just like to back and forth buff, back and forth buff. Now this just looks really gorgeous in my opinion if you're just looking for a little bit of oomph on your eye so that you don't have to do a whole full eyeshadow. It's quick, it's easy, it looks beautiful, it looks natural. I am in love with this step. So again, I'm just gonna do the other eye. I love this palette. This palette is my everything right now, y'all. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna go ahead and hop back into that highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lighter shade and get it all over my brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my inner corner, which is just like right there. That's why I like this little domed brush, because it just makes it very easy to just do that. So now I'm just gonna take, just because I like a little pop of something in my looks, I'm gonna take this Essence Extreme Lasting Waterproof Eye Pencil. I have mine in the shade Silky Nude. This is an amazing liner pencil. Okay, so that's what that looks like after I do the nude liner. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to add mascara to my lower lash line. See how this looks really like gorgeous? Now for setting the face. Okay, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is the Sweet Peach scented one. This is the one that came from Sweetie's collection with Morphe. This setting spray is amazing and it smells so good. As you can see, I do have one up here already. I love, love, love this setting spray. I doubled up because they're on sale right now. I think $5 on Ulta's website. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face really fast. So then after I've done that, I do probably add way too much, but again, I just do extra. I like to fan it in because it just helps dry it down faster and locks it in. So that I don't look like, you know how like if you have a piece of paper, and let's say if I was to spray that on a sheet of paper, you will be able to tell like through the splatters that I sprayed the paper. So for my more natural days, I do prefer like a cute gloss and a lip liner opposed to like a lipstick because it's easier to reapply. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to line my lips with the Colourpop Lippy Pencil. This one is in the shade BFF. It's just like a pretty mauve-y brown kind of color. I love this lip liner. And then I like to drag it like on the lip because I feel like it helps that like lipstick or lip gloss just look better longer. So now I'm just gonna go in with the Kylie lip gloss, and this one is in the shade Stuck on You. Just like a very pretty like pinky kind of shade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to my lip. For my more natural days, this is how I like to wear my lips. I do love a more easier lip application with like a gloss or something because it's way easier to reapply throughout the day. Alright guys, that is gonna conclude our natural, easy to do full face for beginners. So to me, this is what a beautiful natural glow beat looks like. There will be a more detailed video like this coming up soon, so please look out for it. Bye.